Hello, I'd like to talk about how to lead a happy life according to Buddhist philosophy and practices. When we talk about happy life, people think about what I can buy, what I can own, how much money I have, what kind of excitement I can have, where I should go for it. That kind of thing, people start thinking about when they think about a happy life. One thing that comes to my mind is that excitement is not happiness. Excitement is when you get something new. So here we have to ask a question: is happiness associated only with something new? Can we not find happiness in anything that is not new, or rather that is old? My body is very old, it's 54 years old. My glasses are old, my shoes are old, my books are old, my pens are old, my monasteries, my temples are old. You see? If only something new can give you excitement, then none of what I have would give me excitement anymore. But I'm not looking for excitement. But excitement being associated with something new, so anything new works is magic, but only once or twice. How many times you can watch Harry Potter? How many times? You can't do that many times because you're going to get fed up. So when we talk about happiness and how to lead a happy life in Buddhist philosophy and meditative practices, the first thing we should be aware is very similar to what business people analyze. They call this SWOT analysis. That is to analyze your weakness and threat. So what's the threat to our happiness? The threat is excitement itself, because excitement can disguise itself as happiness. If we cannot distinguish between happiness and excitement, we are not going to find happiness anytime soon. Anything new, maybe new friends, new couples, you get anything new, new clothes, new place, new car, new house. And some people, they change their clothes every day into new ones, just to excite themselves, just to ensure that they have enough self-confidence. Because the excitement is where they derive their confidence from. So from the Buddhist point of view, that's not the right way to derive confidence. Confidence will come when we have inner peace. The mind should be able to calm down, especially in the face of something inconvenient. So inconvenient, now we are talking about the experiences of life, not what we own, not how much we have or how much we have lost, not how many friends we have and how many have abandoned us, how many people like us and how many dislike us. No, we are not looking at life in that way, because that's so predictable and they so constrain our life. What I'm talking about is the experiences of life in two words. There's convenience and inconvenience. How do we react when everything is convenient? In Thai we sayความสะดวก. When everything is inconvenient, ไม่สะดวกเลย, people just complain. maybe traffic light, maybe the traffic jam, maybe the sound from your neighbors, maybe people making a lot of noises in the class, maybe people are not talking nice about your product, your performance at work, in the office. Maybe your family is not offering warm words as they used to do. So these are inconveniences in life, and we have to face them. They do exist. They do exist. So the first thing to tell ourselves, to remind ourselves on a daily basis is that there are inconveniences in life, and we will face them. We will face them in the office, at work, in the school, even at home with family members. Yes, of course, if you are addicted to social media, yes, on the Facebook, on Twitter, and the messages that you get through lines, through Viber, through WeChat, so everything, okay, you can break down all of them into just two: something that is convenient and something that causes discomfort. You know, people, they get up every day. For Christians, they will pray to God that may the day be free from obstacle. The same with my friends in the Islamic faith, in the Jewish faith. Actually, my Buddhist friends would do the same. They get up in the morning sometime, they bow down to the Buddha statue, they do some chanting maybe in Pali, in Thai, in their languages, and they pray that that day be free from obstacles and problems. I actually take this habit into consideration because I have done this myself. I don't think it prepares me for the worst and helps me to hope for the best. So in English we say, prepare for the worst and hope for the best. How do we prepare for the worst? To me, when we get up early in the morning, it doesn't help very much to just pray that may today be free from problems. Instead, we should remind ourselves, this is a good habit. This is a habit of mindfulness, a habit of meditative mindfulness. To remind ourselves, how do we do? We can remind ourselves that today there may be problems. I don't know which problem. I don't actually know who will cause the problem. I don't know the nature of the problem. I don't know when it will occur. I don't actually know it. But it's possible today there will be some problem. So you are actually preparing psychologically to face the day. So this is about preparing for the worst. If you look at the central Buddhist philosophy, we talk about the four truths. In Thai we call Ariya Satsi. There's four kinds of truth. Four kinds of truth. All four of them, they center around the existence of problem. Problem we call in Thai Kwam Thuk. In Pali, Tukkhaṃ. This is problem or inconvenience. The Buddha says, you get up in the morning, you tell yourself there is Tukkhaṃ, meaning there might be problem at work, at home, on the way when you commute to work, with your computer, with your instrument, with anything you work with. That can be a problem. So the first thing, if you tell yourself like this in the morning, you are quite well prepared for the day. This is just to prepare yourself. You have not started working yet. Then when you actually start working, what if you come face to face with problem? Now, you look at the problem. Of course, you have to see how you react to the problem. We call this reaction pattern or habitual pattern. Because when we face problem, maybe in the school, bully problem, maybe study problem, maybe communication problem, anything. Of course, Thailand is very safe compared with American schools. We are very safe. We are very safe. But that doesn't mean that we don't get agitated in the school. That doesn't mean that we don't get irritated very often in the classroom. No, we do. Of course, sometimes we enjoy our classes. For business people, they also enjoy their work. But there are times when the boardroom, when the meeting room is very, very tense, very challenging. The going is really, really tough. What do you do then? Remember Charles Darwin's word, fight or flight. Fight or flight. When you face a problem, are you going to fight with this problem? Meaning you're going to resist this problem. When you resist it, you are actually shutting yourself out from observing and learning anything about the problem. So you are not going to learn anything about the problem. You're not going to understand it. Meaning, with the understanding, you're not going to be solving this problem anytime soon. No. But you're just rejecting this impulsively. You're just using your impulse to reject this problem. So we call this fighting. You are using your maximum energy. Charles Darwin called this defensive mechanism. Defensive mechanism. But defensive mechanism, in order to use your last resort, are you in a situation of life and death every time you have a problem in the boardroom? Maybe when there's a traffic jam? Maybe when someone is irritating? Is this life and death situation? Mostly no. If this is not a life and death situation, and it doesn't call for the maximum reaction, maximum energy reaction, but you still use your maximum energy, meaning you are using disproportionate energy to respond to a certain situation. In other words, we can analyze this like this. For a problem, you can solve with 100 bahts. You are using 1,000 bahts. You are wasting too much of your energy, your money, your financial muscle. You feel safe this time. You have solved your problem. But things don't stop here. It's not that easy. Not that simple. Because your subconscious mind, I repeat, your subconscious mind learns this pattern. Your subconscious mind is going to put in a default position that whenever there's a problem, you have to react this way, using your maximum energy. Remember, walking around in your house just to find something or just to take something from this end of the room to just the other end of the room. If you run all the time, you're not going to survive the whole day. You're going to exhaust yourself very soon. That's physical energy. The same is true to mental energy. So to be happy in life, we do need to have a strategy how to deal with something that is inconvenient in life. I'd like to sum up. First, as you get up in the morning, remind yourself there might be something inconvenient in today. So this is the first thing that you should tell yourself. And breathe in and out, slow and gentle. Just try to connect with your breathing for maybe a second, 1 second, virtually 1 second. Okay, and then as you face problem in during the day in daily life, what you should do is to feel compassionate for yourself for making any mistake. If other people do the same mistake, then you should recall you should summon up your compassion, and you should feel compassionate towards them straight away. Because if you are not feeling compassionate towards them straight away, you're going to get angry with them. If you get angry with them, your relationship, your communication with that person is not good at all. It's deteriorating. With the deteriorating relationship, how you're going to solve the problem between you and that person? So a good relationship is actually very important. Very important. Compassion. If there's no compassion, there will be anger, a lot of anger. Anger means you can't be happy in life. So this is how to manage inconveniences in life, to manage with compassion. Now with compassion, do we just forget about this problem? No, we don't. With compassion now we start observing, we start looking at the problem deeply, why this problem has occurred. We have to solve this problem for the sake of both parties. If you are a company, for the sake of your company and also for the sake of your customers. If you are a guardian, like a parent, is for your own benefit as well as your family's benefit that you solve this problem. You just cannot, I repeat, you just cannot sweep the problem under the carpet. You do need to look at this problem closely. But the problem is that when people look at a problem closely, they get panic, they get agitated, they lose their temper, they lose their mind. So they can't lead in solving the problem. So this is one area that causes a lot of unhappiness in life. Maybe at home, maybe at work, maybe in the school. So if you take care of this particular matter, if you're quite confident in solving with inconveniences, using both of your IQ and EQ, okay? Not just thinking how to solve this problem, but also using your EQ, feeling your way through compassion. And this is one way of leading a happy life. This is the first part, okay? Is how to manage inconveniences in life and then lead a happy life. The second part is a lot easier, if you like. Easier in a sense, I'm talking about conveniences in life. Everything is very convenient. You get up in the morning, the loo is just nearby, you take care of yourself, and food is available, and then you prepare yourself. You go to school or you go to work, or you start working at home. These conveniences, okay, actually people take them for granted. When everything is convenient, we become quite complacent. Meaning, we don't appreciate as much as we should do. I get up in the morning. I'm very pleased that I have a glass of water just next to my bed, because every morning I drink 1 or 2 glasses of water because of the dehydration during the night. And I answer nature call. I take a shower. I change my robe in myself, and people do the same at home. They change their clothes. They get ready for the day. Look, everything is going on very smoothly. This is what we call conveniences. Conveniences, don't forget to appreciate them. In Thai, we call this mudita. This is to rejoice in the good thing, to rejoice in the conveniences of life. Many people complain when the bus is late. Many people complain when there's a lot of traffic jam. But not many people praise the driver, the traffic police, the counselors, the administrators, the government, when the bus is running very smoothly. They take it as their right. They don't forget their right, but they forget that life is convenient and it doesn't stay like this forever. There are rainy days, and we have to save our energy for those days. How to save them? This is to develop a good habit of appreciating what we have in life. We appreciate our family members for being there, for being a shoulder to cry on when the going is tough. Our friends, our teachers, our neighbors, our fellow countrymen. For students, just imagine if you are the only one in the school, how scary that would be, how boring this would be. So start appreciating your friends, your teachers, and all the people who have invested to ensure that your school exists, and exists to offer their best to you and to your fellow students. The same is true to business people. There are many things going smoothly for you. Security, the country's security, you see, the army, the police force, okay, they're doing their good job. The law enforcement, the judiciary, the government and the people, everybody is playing their role. We have a lot more good people than bad people. So if you, here I like to say, if you have one thing inconvenient in life during the day, you can't stop thinking about this. But if you have many conveniences in daily life, you don't remember them for so long. Why? Our mind remembers more of the bad thing, more of the negative thing. We call this in psychology negativity biased. We are biased to negativity. We remember more of the bad things, the bad experiences. So it's important for us to develop this habit. Look at the trees around you. Look at the water, running water coming to your house. This haven't happened for a very long time, maybe 100 years. Okay, Thailand had existed many hundreds of years, and the world has existed many thousands of years. But the running water coming right away to your home, even to your room, to your bedroom, this is a new phenomenon. Don't take it for granted. Because whenever the tap water stops working, people actually complain a lot. But when the tap water is running smoothly, I don't see many people saying thank you. When the electricity goes out, okay, many people complain. But when we have electricity on and very regularly, working very well during the day, not just the day, the week, the month, but hardly people say thank you to the electricity board. You see? So in order to lead a happy life, remember two things that we have. How to manage inconvenience as an experience, and also how to appreciate the conveniences that we do have in our daily life. With these two, okay, it doesn't matter whatever changes come into your life, you will have a lot of resilience in your heart to manage your day, your life, and you will be happy forever. Thank you.